Hi everyone, welcome to the SpeakEasy Spotlight. I'm your host Ashley Ha, and today we are here to talk about SpeakEasy's upcoming production of Job, and we are here chatting with the director herself, the booked and blessed Marianna Bassham. Hi Marianna, how are you?
Hi Ashley, I'm really good.
We're here in SpeakEasy offices, hence all of these beautiful posters, just kind of taking it all in, and so excited to talk to you today about Job.
Yes.
So I'll introduce you a little bit, say all your amazing bio credits. Marianna is a Boston-based actor, director, and teacher, and has appeared in dozens of productions at SpeakEasy Stage Company, Huntington Theater Company, Commonwealth Shakespeare Company, the Nora Theater Company, Underground Railroad Theater, the GAM Theater, Greater Boston Stage Company, and Boston Playwrights Theater, among others. So there's a lot. And Marianna also teaches at my school, Boston Conservatory at Berkeley. Well, that was a lot.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
I think so.
Just a little bit. Just like a whole life's worth of credits.
20 years.
Anywhere and everywhere.
Yes.
And, you know, I've had the honor of seeing you in so many shows. I think the first one might have been POTUS, which was at SpeakEasy.
Yes.
That was like right when I got to BOCO, and, you know, I started hearing about all the theater companies here. And it's like, I gotta go see this. And they were like, there's a BOCO teacher in it. I was like, oh my God.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And so, you know, it's just been so cool to kind of see you like in all these different productions in various different characters. Recently you were in Triumph of Love at Huntington, which is super fun.
So fun, so fun.
But you've kind of done everything. But today we're not here to talk about your acting. We're here to talk about directing, which is exciting. And so just before we get into Job, I want to talk about when did you discover theater and how did you start directing?
Okay, I was doing theater when I was in elementary school. I was in a production of I was in Oliver Twist, which we did in the front of a classroom with no theatrical lighting whatsoever. And I played Nancy,
who is Bill
Sykes is like the bad guy, and I was his like woman, and he
as a kid.
Yeah, as a kid, like the dark stuff, and like he beat me up. I don't know if that character kills Nancy or if he just beat me up, and I was screaming, and he was hitting me with the newspaper, and I was like, you know, this tall, and that's the beginning.
Clearly, yeah. And so, going from like acting to directing, how did that kind of start for you?
I started getting opportunities to direct a little bit when, like, the first thing that I directed professionally in Boston was Every Brilliant Thing by. Did Duncan Macmillan write that?
I'm not
Wait
sure.
a second. All right.
We'll say possible.
Oh my God. Duncan Macmillan wrote People, Places, and Things. Could he possibly have also written Every Brilliant Thing? Anyway, which is a solo show. And that was a case of Paul and the actor playing the sole actor in that, saying, you know, let's have another actor direct this, and who would we like, who would we trust? And so I sort of waded into directing by people being like, it's mostly about acting. It's not as, you know, the primary theatrical element here is acting, and Marianna can probably handle that. Like, I get so you to like do those kinds of things, and people are like, oh, that went pretty well. And now I've gotten a chance to do things that have a little bit more of an interpretive need.
Yeah. I mean, so many actors do transition to either be directing or producing or just doing other sides of theater. It's like we understand it in a different way. And so, I mean, as someone who's like aspiring director too, it's just like, it's cool to hear kind of how people get into things, because there's no one way to have a career in the theater. There's endless possibilities. And so it's like, don't like keep yourself from that.
Absolutely.
It's amazing. And so now talking about Job, without spoiling, how would you describe the show to someone who's never heard of it?
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything. I'm going to say that this is a show that is like a therapy session that is the most upsetting, toxic therapy session you can imagine. And it's only just a little bit longer than a normal therapy session.
True.
It's a tight two-hander I'm going to say it's a thriller. It's a psychological thriller.
Yeah, I agree. I did have the chance to read it, and I was like, whoa, what's happening? I can't even imagine seeing it on stage in, you know, in however many months. I think it'll just kind of blow everyone's minds of like what's happening and kind of maybe shock in a maybe good way.
Yeah, I kind of only like to do theater that's upsetting, and I've managed to have my resume reflect that. So when I was offered the opportunity to do this show and I read it, I was like, yes, this is in the house. This is in my wheelhouse.
Yeah, so take us through, I guess, that process of when you got the script or when they approached you to possibly direct this. Like, how did you kind of analyze it and take it and understand it, I guess, in the initial read?
Okay, Paul Daigneault sent me this script and said, is this something you'd be interested in doing? And I had read like 4 pages before I knew that I would love to do it. Something in the director's note made me be like, yes, this is it. This is like right where I already live.
Yeah. I mean, it's an ultra like specific show. Like everything about, I think even what you said, like the notes and stuff are ultra specific. It just kind of takes you straight into it. Is what I noticed. Because some people like to leave things so vague, but this one is like, we know exactly where we are, what's happening, and then you just sit along for the ride. Yeah,
it is a ride.
Yeah,
and you're dropped into it. I love TV, movies, and plays that are like catch up. We're in this world. It started in progress. We're talking. This is smart, and you are smart, and you're just going to catch up, and you're going to get it. But it doesn't spoon. There's not a lot of spooning.
No.
It's just fast, and you join.
Yeah, no, you're trusting the audience that they'll get it eventually.
Yes.
And it's like, maybe not right now, but in an hour or so, you know, you obviously will. And so why this show now?
Thematically, of course. We've got 2 shows at SpeakEasy, kind of back to back, that talk about that deal with themes of technology. This is very in the world of social media, which is, you know, if you are someone who uses social media, if you're someone who is a recovering social media addict, if you have avoided it because you think it's really dangerous and unhealthy, great. This will be really interesting for you. I certainly have my own unhealthy relationship with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that's something that is important for both characters in this play, and it's the darker aspects of social media.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And so since this is kind of, you mentioned, you know, maybe doing theater that's a little upsetting maybe, and, you know, having read it, it is a bit shocking. And so what should audience members first expect, and how should they prepare emotionally to see this show so that they can feel safe? Okay,
you know when you're on Instagram or any other kind of social media and it says like there's an advisory and it's like you might not want to watch this, I would say things like that are described in this play. So if that's something that's going to be hard for you to hear about, then you should just know that going in. I would say you should know that there's gun violence depicted in this show somewhat. And I'm not giving anything away. That's something you'll see as soon as the lights come up on this stage. So that's there. And there's always the opportunity to look at the website, SpeakEasy's website, and check out the content advisory before you come to see a show here.
Yeah, 100%. It's all about just, you know, take care of yourself, you know, your own limits, and kind of what you want to get out of theater. Because some people, you know, theater's an escape. Some people, it's something to reflect on, and that will really just challenge you in a personal way. You know, we all see theater in a different space. So for this show, I think specifically is really important just to really emphasize that and make sure that, you know, everyone comes out of it okay. Because, you know, it is a little more of a dangerous subject to touch on, but it's still obviously one that we can touch on and should touch on at some point because it's out there.
It is out there.
It's reality. It's really harsh reality, but it's there and we can't always ignore it. And so, I agree with you in all those respects. And so as a director, what excites you about bringing this show from page to the stage?
When I was first reading it, there are sections of this show that are so up for interpretation that immediately people say, what do you think's going on there? What's going on in this moment? And, you know, I'm going to let the audience like wonder and have questions or argue with each other about what they thought they saw or heard. But we get to decide what is going on and present it in a way that is interesting, challenging, scary, question posing.
Yeah. And so as a director, what inspires you and what keeps your creative flame going?
I'm always inspired by music. I'm always inspired by horror. Always. If I want to get some creative juices going, the best thing for me to do is like be in the car, and after about 45 minutes, then I start having a creative mind. I stop worrying and I stop thinking about my life and I start like being in some kind of creative flow. So music helps a lot with that. Music is something I'm always wanting to play a large part in what you're seeing on stage. It's one of our scene partners. Yeah.
And their music is so inspirational. It's like another language that expresses so much emotion.
And not just music, sound as well. Like sound that isn't music is so provocative and evocative, and I want it to get inside us.
No, I saw a senior capstone from last year the other night. And the entire show is underscored by beautiful, like originally composed music, and it just brought so much to the piece. And I feel like that is kind of what you're saying, of just like it's so evocative of so much emotion, and it brings more into it than if it were just, you know, a regular play with no music. So it's just, again, the endless possibilities of theater. And so what do you consider to be your directing style? Like, how do you develop it over time? Is it something that's changed, or is it just something that you kind of always knew?
It's definitely still developing. It's really fun to have been acting for 20 plus years, and I feel like a really adaptable actor. I love to walk into a room and be like, what are different people and this director, for example, going to teach me that I didn't know about acting, or about what a process can be? And then, so that's still developing for me as a director, and I love collaborating with people. There's some areas where some element of design might be really clear for me, and I might like really get my fingers in there, and then other ones I'm just like, what do you have that's going to help me understand this play better? So I love the collaboration. I hope everybody's trying to make things that they want to see. So I'm sorry, I just hit this.
You're okay.
I try to make things that are visceral. I want to be a part of making things that are visceral, and that I can hear and feel and gets my heart going and are kind of challenging. And again, like I said, this word I keep using, it's kind of a vague word, but like upsetting. I like to be like, what should I just see? What just happened to me? So
no, and there's so much room for that. There's room for every kind of theater and every kind of reaction. And I think it's, a good balance of that in your life is kind of, it's good. No, just as like even an audience member, it's good to be well-rounded in that sense of like not just seeing happy-go-lucky things. It's like facing the hard truths, like we said. And so what would you say to aspiring directors who have no idea how to start?
God, I have no idea. I mean, I kind of...
That's okay too.
I fell into it, and I got opportunities based on sort of the sense that I work in a certain amount of detail with acting, and I mean, I got kind of lucky. But for aspiring directors, just of course see a lot of stuff. And it's not just plays. It's like, see everything you can, go to different cities and see the vibe of the kind of work that is happening in other cities. Of course, make your own work. I'm seeing stuff that actually fuels me creatively on YouTube, which is kind of funny because we're talking about a play that is so influential in terms of social media influencing our identities and who we are. But it's certainly happened to me. And keep letting the different aspects of theater that you might be interested in or get the opportunity to practice influence each other. So if you're an actor, it's cool to look at theater from a director's lens as well.
Yeah.
And they really inform each other. I feel like I'm a better teacher because I'm an actor, and a better actor because I'm a teacher, and directing fits in there as well.
Yeah, I get they just all bleed into each other, and sometimes it's hard to see like what's just what.
Yeah.
But it's all great stuff. And so, lastly, what do you hope audiences take from Job?
I hope that people will come see Job and get to the end of it and be like, "Oh no, what just happened?" And talk with their friends who they came with, and I hope that they disagree, and I hope that they'll want to come back and watch it from the beginning, testing what they think they saw. You don't have to come see it more than once, but it's the kind of thing where I need to. As a director, of course, I have to read it more than once. But like, as soon as I finished reading it, I was like, "Can I? What if I go back to the beginning of this? What will I understand?"
Yeah.
So yeah, I like people arguing. I like people a little upset in the healthy way. Like, what's that really good way of being like
healthy discourse?
Yes, healthy discourse, healthy unsettling feelings.
Just as long as everyone's respectful of each other's thoughts and opinions.
Always.
All of it's welcome.
Always, yes.
Well, Marianna, it's so nice to chat with you today
Me too.
about your play. I'm so excited to see obviously this whole season, but since I've been reading all these things, I'm like, I can't wait. So go see Job in the new year.
Yes.
And bring your friends and then come back and we'll see you there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.